Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the New York Post that was published on July 16th. It's written by Laura Italiano. Now, looking at the title here, I wouldn't be surprised if this is true. Epstein was Pinocchio with Geppetto, Ghislaine pulling the strings, accuser says. I honestly, like I just said, would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. It kind of makes sense because he doesn't seem like he had the brains really to be running the show. He seems more like the party guy, the front guy. Basically, he looks like he's in charge, but he's not. He's there to facilitate the stuff that's going on, like say with he's the face guy. He's the one that's there interfacing with, say, Bill Clinton, who took how many flights on the Lolita Express? Yeah. So, I mean, this is very feasible to me. Ghislaine Maxwell was far worse than Jeffrey Epstein when it came to abusing young women and girls, according to their most outspoken accuser. In fact, she was Geppetto to his Pinocchio. She was pulling the strings, Virginia Roberts Giuffre told CBS This Morning of Maxwell on Thursday, calling Maxwell a mastermind and a monster. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. I mean, especially where now, find out she had a secret husband who's like part of the CFR, looks like a globalist shit pig. Kind of looks like, circling the wagons. They're trying to play it like, oh, she did it to protect her money. I think her secret marriage is more about protecting her life because she's trying to get on the, trying to say, it's like an inside thing, because they look like they were the people that were, say, more on face level, the ones that they were blackmailing and basically doing this so that the people up above, the real top level of the globalists, for lack of a better way of putting it, but they are globalists, but that top level type, I think, the ones who are like the string pullers, we'll say. I'm sure Ghislaine has some dealings with them. I wouldn't be surprised if they used Epstein and the whole thing to get those people that are, say, lower on the tiers or whatever else, or people that are on their level that aren't playing ball, or doing what they want them to do, to keep them in line with like blackmailable material by letting them, by getting them in, compromising positions. I'm not saying that they weren't kid diddling perverts. I'm just with that. Okay. Cause they are, but getting them in compromising positions where they have material on them to get them to fall back in line or do what they want. Wouldn't surprise me. So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's go moving on here. Ghislaine was much more convincing and smart than Epstein ever was, Giuffre said. I mean, yeah, he kind of looks like he's just a happy-go-lucky partying buffoon. So, yeah, I buy that. I know that woman. I've known her really well. Put it this way. Epstein was Pinocchio and she was Geppetto. Giuffre had still more choice words for Maxwell. She's a monster. She's worse than Epstein. She did things even worse than Epstein did. She was vicious. She was evil. And she's a woman. No offense, but women honestly can be just as vicious and evil, if not more vicious and evil than men. I mean, look at the fact of how women can't be friends and they'll scratch each other's eyes out and they'll talk shit behind their backs. You don't think women have an evil streak in them? Excuse me? That's just, I understand it's to a new level, but it's just logical that, yeah, women can tend to be that way. Giuffre called Maxwell's arrest 2 weeks ago on charges that she recruited girls for Epstein, a moment that was momentous and just surreal. Well, yeah, they caught her in my neck of the woods here in New Hampshire, just like in the state here. And, yeah, she's hiding out. I guess she had her phone wrapped in aluminum foil and shit like that. So, yeah. It's one of those life moments that I'll never forget. Also, Thursday, it was revealed that Maxwell had secretly taken a husband in order to safeguard her fortune as prosecutors and lawsuit plaintiffs circled closer. No, that was not about that. That was more about the fact of, I think that she was kind of like, this was like a guy that, she power elite with what she's doing. She's involved with this group and she happened to meet him. I think it was more about the fact of like joining forces more than protecting the money. Maxwell's claimed romantic connection to Epstein himself was also a sham. Christina Oxenberg, a cousin of the British royal family and a one-time pal of Maxwell, has said recently. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you're putting on a con show to get, like, you know, the rich and powerful and politically elite in compromising positions with underage girls to blackmail them, to get them to do what you want, them looking like a couple kind of does let them blend in with these people. Just saying. Giuffre has said in a civil suit. Giuffre has said in civil suits and interviews that she was recruited into Epstein's revolving roster of young slaves by Maxwell when she was 16 years old. She has accused Maxwell of ordering her to bed Prince Andrew 3 times when she was 17, a claim the prince has denied, which he also tried to claim, like, I don't sweat or some stupid shit like that. But yeah, Maxwell remains held without bail at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and I think she's actually survived longer than Jeffrey Epstein did at this point. I could be wrong. I mean, this just goes to show that it was, oh, well, Epstein's the mastermind, and now it looks like Ghislaine is now the true mastermind behind it. And it kind of makes sense because when I looked at Epstein, I never saw this brilliant guy, you know, that was brilliant with money and brilliant on blackmailing people and everything like that. I did not see that. Basically, what I saw was some, like, you know, party, you know, guy that looked like he wasn't exactly the brightest fucking bulb. And I'm like, well, all right, maybe my perception of him is wrong. But now seeing this, it makes more sense on why when I looked at him, I didn't see some, you know, evil mastermind who had like this sex trafficking thing going on where he was using it to peddle influence, power, and get money, gain, you know, wealth, peddle influence, blackmail people. I didn't see him as, I'm not denying that the stuff happened. I just didn't see him as the mastermind behind it. Now it makes more sense. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.